So this is a 2-pack of outdoor RGB LED floodlights that have app control. You can sync them to music. They are supposedly suitable for wet locations. And they say BL 4000 LM. The brand name here is ONF-ORU. So I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you about $56. They haven't paid me for my review, and my opinions remain my own. Alright, so packed in the cardboard box with a couple of pieces of foam to protect them are these two LED floodlights. And they are red, green, blue, and white floodlights. They have a little antenna module at the top here. And they have US power plugs down here. They seem to be relatively well sealed. It's an aluminum enclosure here. There is a cable gland there. And the plastic here looks like it has some type of rubber gasket around the outside. And they have an instruction guide here with relatively small type in many different languages. There's the English language here. It says it's IP66 or IP65 waterproof, but the plug is not waterproof. So please connect the plug indoor or connect to a socket that provides IP65 protection. So you'll need an outdoor rated socket to really use these appropriately. There's also instructions here with the product manual. So this is the LED floodlight safety guide, and this is the product manual that has information about the app and the specifications and so forth. This here says it is the G50BL, and the G50BL specification is input current is a 1/4 amp at 120 volts. It's a 20-watt bulb, 1600 lumen, and it is 2700 Kelvin and RGB. The beam angle is 120 degrees. It says suitable for wet locations. And there is an Onforu app that you have to pair the lights with. So you can scan the QR code or just search for the app in the app stores. It says you need to register an account and log in. And it says you can pair it with Amazon Alexa and or Google Assistant if you have an account. So the cord length on these guys is about 3 feet. So you're not going to be very far away from that IP65 protected outlet that you plug it into. Alright, so when I initially plugged this guy in, all the blue lights are turned on. I was kind of hoping it would just be a white floodlight when you plugged it in, so you could kind of use it effectively without even using the app if you're just looking for a floodlight. So just shining the blue LEDs, this is drawing 16.2 watts. Alright, so to put the lights into pairing mode, there's a power cycling sequence you do, which is basically you plug this in, and then you take it out, you wait 2 seconds, you plug it in, you take it out, you wait 2 seconds, you plug it in, and it will flash warm white, and that indicates it's in pairing mode. Alright, so here's the Onforu home app, 2.6 stars with 23 reviews, 5K plus downloads. So the app is 79 megabytes in size. Now if you don't pair in enough time, it'll flip back to the solid blue light, and so I guess you have to do the plug and replug a few more times to get it back into pairing mode. Alright, I'm going to open up the app. It has a user agreement. You have to log in or sign up, so you must create an account to use this app. There's no like skip this and use it as a guest. Alright, it asked for my email address, and it sent me a verification code to verify the email. After you create your account, they want to have permission to send you personalized recommendations. If you disable this function, we will no longer send you potentially interesting content. And then collect data about product usage. So you do not have to give permission for that if you don't want to. All right. So I don't know what it's doing here, but it has a loading screen that's spinning around a lot, trying to load all of the things, I guess. There is a plus button up top that would seem to be how you would add the light. There's also places where you can do scene, home, and me, but right now it's just spinning in place and loading. Alright, it's been doing this spinning thing for more than 2 minutes now, so I hit the back button and that seems to have gotten rid of it. If I hit the plus button up here, well, I can hit the add device. Okay, we have solid blue. Unplug 1001, 1002, plug in. Unplug 1001, 1002, plug in. Unplug 1001, 1002, plug in. And now it's flashing the warm white. So I'm going to say add the device. And it says common members do not have the operation permission. Please contact your home owner to open permissions by going to Home Settings, Home Member. Well, apparently I am not a home member yet. Home Management, My Home, Home Name. Alright, I will make a house. Number 1. And hit OK and save. So we've created a house. So we have my home, house 1. Okay, so now apparently I have a house. Now I can add a device. Maybe that's settings. Okay, I'm at the home. I can hit the plus button. I can say add device. Okay. It wants my locations to get Wi-Fi networks and perform scene automation. So we will allow the device location. And now it is searching for nearby devices. Make sure your device has entered pairing mode. So we have definitely entered pairing mode. I guess it's searching via Wi-Fi because it didn't ask for any Bluetooth permissions. There's a whole list of devices you can add manually, but it is discovering devices. Oh, my device is no longer in pairing mode, so we're going to do this again. Alright, now we're in pairing mode. It's very bright. I wish the pairing mode was not at full brightness. I'm going to say discovering devices. I'm going to say add. Okay, one device being added. Mesh RGBW added successfully, done. And so my device is now warm white instead of flashing warm white, and it's making motions like it's doing things. Okay, so I can pick the color, change it around, and as you can see in the background, the lighting in the area is changing around. I can change the brightness up, and it got brighter there. I can say white, brightness bright. I can turn on and off, or I can pick a particular color like blue or green or red, and I can adjust the brightness of that. And there's options for a timer here where you can turn it on and off at certain times. You can just say, hey, go to the pink, go right to pink, or go to red, it goes to red, go to green. You can do this music sync. The light will change its color and brightness following the music collected by the microphone, which I'm assuming is recording. Yeah, it's microphone on your phone. Okay. Okay. All right. Hello, hello, hello. I mean, I guess it's kind of keeping in tune to the music. I'm going to stop that. Now it's still flashing. I went to white mode. There, now I hit a button and now it's white mode. Okay, so I've left it to warm white. I'm going to turn off the app, and then I am going to turn off the light and see if it stays in white mode when I plug it back in. Alright, I plugged it in again and it stayed in white mode, so I think it stays in the mode it was last in when you drop power and put the power back in. Okay, in its full power in the warm white mode, it is 46.7 watt draw here. Alright, I put the other paired light into the pairing mode, and we're going to add that guy. So it's discovering devices right now. And there's a mesh RGB, and it put a 2 on it, so it already had 1, so it was added successfully. So now I have 2 of these guys. And it's doing some things and thinking about things right now. And I can set the color. It changes the color. And so forth. Alright, I am going to see if I can combine these 2 lights. Okay, I've found an area where I can create a group. So you have to go into the kind of the menu for the device, and there's this scene here, and it takes a while to load this whole thing up. But once you get this up, you can say create a group, and we're going to add this to it, so we have 2 devices added to the roof. And oh, we need to make a group of it, so alright, I'm going to call this the roof group. Alright, so now I've created a group, and when I make a change, both lights are doing the change at the same time. Okay, so now I can control these 2 lights as a single control. The app works. It's not horribly hard to figure out. I haven't had to refer to any documentations. It's kind of slow sometimes, like moving from place to place. Sometimes things just work really fast, and sometimes there's like a big loading screen. So now I have the 2 devices and the roof group, and so I can go into the roof group and control both devices at the same time. So it has the basic functionality that I was looking for, which is basically being able to set these lights to a particular color and brightness, and just having both lights work in the same setup. Alright, so this is the first light I plugged in. It's been on for maybe 15 minutes. It is definitely quite warm to the touch. I wouldn't quite say hot, but it's definitely warm to the touch. You know, it's taking in 46 watts, and most of that's being put out as light, but there's also a decent amount of heat. And they have these aluminum fins on the case here, and so right now, having been on for, not super long, 10-15 minutes, it is definitely warm to the touch. It's not burning me. I can keep my hand on it, but it definitely does put out some heat. Now they have these mounting brackets here that you can screw them to things, and those brackets will keep them sufficiently far away from a wall or something. I'm not sure about the safety of just, kind of like leaving these down on the ground. So the safety card says, do not install the unit on normally flammable surfaces. So I'm certainly happy with the brightness of these guys. They are, quite bright. I was having to point them away from things just to be able to see my phone. So there are, 40, 45 watts of power coming out of these lights. And it's, it's a relatively small, maybe like 4x6 type of footprint. But they're putting out a lot of light. All right, so we're outside at night, and here I'm going to turn on this light. Let's see, there it is. Alright, so this is what happens if I turn this light off. And back on again. Alright, I have one of these lights on the right hand side of the frame. That's when I turn it on. So I'm going to turn this light on. It's on the right hand side of the frame. We're going to go to color mode, and we'll just do, say, kind of a mauve-ish pink color. Also do a yellow. This is called orange. Doesn't really look super orange to me. The blues are very blue. The greens are greenish. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm putting in some more red here. So that's kind of a orangish tinge. The blue is definitely extremely blue. The green is greenish. The red is purplish, but it's hard to get a really strong orange color. Now you can make it flash. Do a tricolor jump that jumps between the colors. Alright. So we're going to do 100% brightness here. That's kind of the orange. There's a green. Maybe. There's the green. There's getting closer to blue. The blue is the most saturated color. There's magenta, kind of a purple red. A red is really a little more orange. See, I think the blue is the most distinctive and saturated color out of the whole lot. Now if I go to white at 100%, so that's 100% on white. Turn it off, turn it back on. So there's a custom panel where you can pick several different colors, and then you can say, hey, I want to jump between those colors. So, you know, here's the brightness that